I'm going to talk about one of the biggest factors that separates rich people from everyone else. Only pay for the things that give you the most satisfaction. If you want to grow your wealth faster, the best way to do it is Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, the place to be if you want to grow your wealth and reach your financial goals. In this video, I'm going to talk about one of the biggest factors that separates rich people from everyone else. You've probably heard that in order to become rich, you need to make good decisions over a long period of time. But what if there was something simple that you could do today that would fast track your journey towards financial success? If you want to know what that thing is, then keep on watching. And stick around to the end, because I'm going to share several examples of how I apply this lesson in my life and how it's helped me. If this is your first time here, I make videos dedicated to investing and personal finance. If that interests you, hit that subscribe button and click on the bell to be notified whenever I post something new. Now, let's get started. One of the biggest factors that separates rich people from everyone else is their ability and willingness to make conscious decisions. What does that mean? Rich people place a lot more thought and energy into their financial decisions than most people do. They understand what makes them happy and have a detailed plan of how they expect their money to help fulfill their needs. They also have a thorough understanding of their personal values and craft their financial decisions in a way that aligns with those values. If you want to fast track your path to financial success, you need to make more conscious decisions. Think about what happens in any financial transaction. When you give away your money, whether it's to buy something, make an investment, or donate to charity, you expect some kind of value will be created from the money you have given away. Maybe you'll receive something, like a book or food, in exchange for your money. Maybe your money will grow over time. Or maybe your money will go to help other people in need. The challenging part of giving away money is understanding how the value we get in return aligns with our personal values, and how that value will make us happy. How many times have you bought something only to realize later that you never use it, or that it doesn't make you as happy as you thought it would? How much money have you wasted on things or experiences that didn't bring you joy or create any notable memories? If you want to grow your wealth faster, the best way to do it is to maximize the amount of value, happiness, and joy that each dollar creates. This will require a lot of self-reflection and thought in order to understand what's important to you and how to get it. This process will also help you to recognize situations when spending money will not lead to more happiness or satisfaction. In turn, you'll spend less money on trivial things and more money on things you're passionate about. So how can you do this? How can you condition yourself to only allocate money to things you care about and avoid allocating money to things that don't have value? Let me give you a few examples from my own life. When I graduated college, I began a search for an apartment. Like many people, I made a list of the things that were important to me. It quickly became evident to me that some of the things on my list were far more important than others, simply because not having them would lead to a great amount of stress or inconvenience. It was important that the rent on the apartment be somewhere around $1,000, because any more than that would create a strain on my budget. I really wanted an apartment in the city because I didn't want to have a long and difficult commute. Lastly, I also wanted a heated garage so that my car would be kept safe from our cold and harsh winters. I decided that I would focus on these three things because having all of them in my life would make my life much easier. When I began looking at apartments, many of the realtors were quick to point out benefits that were not on my list. Things like an on-site gym, rooftop deck, or dog park. While these things were nice, I knew that they would not make my life easier like the three must-have things that I knew I wanted. My goal was to find a place that had those three things and little else. It took me some time, but I eventually moved into an apartment that was a perfect fit. By only focusing on the three things that I was passionate about and disregarding everything else, I was able to rent a place in my price range and didn't have to worry about paying for benefits that I might not have used or cared about. When you're spending money on something, it's important to make sure that you'll truly appreciate every feature and amenity you're getting. If that's not the case, try to find something more basic or simpler. Something that's more in line with what's important to you. That way, you can use the extra money to save, invest, or apply to other things that you really care about. Taking the time to figure out my ideal apartment has allowed me to stay put in one place. I've lived in this apartment for 8 years. Staying put has saved me lots of time and money, and the work I put in to decide what would be a perfect fit has paid off in spades. If someone tells you about a cool new product or a benefit that you'll get from spending money on something, take a minute and think about how it aligns with your personal values and how it might make you happy. Be honest with yourself. Take a few days and see if you feel the same way later. You'll often find that simply doing nothing is the best course of action. You might even find a better, more suitable product or experience later that you can spend money on. Another area I apply this lesson to is restaurants. Restaurants are expensive. Only about 1/3 of every dollar you spend at a typical restaurant is used towards the cost of the food. Given the high cost, I make every effort to ensure that eating out is an experience and gives me an opportunity to try new and unique foods that I can't make at home. For example, I almost never go to a restaurant more than once. I live in a big city, and visiting many different restaurants rather than being a regular at a few means that I can have a wider variety of experiences for the same amount of money. I also focus on restaurants that make labor-intensive meals that would be difficult to replicate at home. Some examples include ramen and barbecue, both of which require dozens of hours of prep time before the meal is actually served. I also avoid eating simple meals in restaurants that I can easily make at home, like chicken or pasta dishes. Dividing my meal budget between cheap, easy-to-make meals and more expensive, labor-intensive meals has been a great way to enjoy a variety of foods on a modest budget. If you really think about it, taking a conscious approach towards our finances is very similar to the way that someone might run a business. When running a business, turning a profit is absolutely crucial to survival. Couple that with the need to grow the business, and it's easy to understand how the best business owners have the ability to maximize the value of every dollar that they spend. If you're struggling in your quest to reach your financial goals, or simply want to get there faster, ask yourself, am I being conscious enough with my money? How is my money contributing to my happiness? And am I only using it on things that are important? It's likely that you'll find areas that you can improve. If you can avoid spending money on trivial things, you'll have more money to dedicate to things that you're passionate about and to things that will bring you increased joy. Many rich people have the ability to balance spending on passions and growth, and developing that ability can help you to lead a richer life too. Applying this lesson has taught me a lot about myself and given me a lot more confidence in who I am and what my personal values are. It's also given me the ability to save and invest towards my goal of financial independence. I believe that reaching that goal will make me happier than anything money can buy. Thanks so much for watching this video to the end. If you found it helpful, please consider subscribing and giving it a thumbs up so more people will find it and learn how to make more conscious financial decisions. I'll see you next time.